Hey guys, waiting on you guys to roll into the room. Quick little live stream tonight. Don't even know what time it is because I don't have any of my other stuff here tonight. But I wanted to have a quick live stream to go over some, I guess, current events, things like that. So I will wait for you guys to get into the room. I'm watching myself over here as you guys roll in. I'll give it a minute. Oh man, what a week. What a week. Oh. I'll give just a couple of minutes here while you guys come rolling in. Here's the air gun, by the way, as you can tell. I don't know if YouTube's going to let me hold that. I guess I better get that off, even though it's an air gun. I can't touch guns during a live stream. Assuming that probably means air guns too. So welcome guys. If you got a beer, drink it. I am tonight, my beer of flavor or flavor of choice is a Shiner Light Blonde. I enjoy Shiner Box, pretty much their full line of beer. Even those little weird specialty kind of beers with the strawberry and the lime and the salt. I like all that stuff. Shiner does a really good job of their beer. Can't seem to get them as a sponsor, but nevertheless, they are down here in the South with us, and they make good stuff. I want to kind of talk a little bit about some of the stuff going on. First of all, and I'm going to say this often during this live stream, is I am no longer on Instagram. Just a little bit of backstory. I got deleted off of Twitter last year. Twitter was tough. Twitter's kind of a no man's land as it is. Obviously very, very liberally run, but nevertheless a no man's land. And you get on there and you can be pretty rough on there. So I've gotten away with saying quite a bit on there. Probably things that I probably shouldn't say on there, but say them anyway because everybody else does. And they banned me about a year ago. It wasn't until after I got a new phone that I was able to create an additional account, different name and all that. But man, I had tried before. I had tried under different types of names. Instead of Legally Armed America, I'd done Paul of Legally Armed America, LAA, just a number of things I had tried. Well, when I got the new phone, apparently they were traced back to an IP address because when I got the new phone, I was able to create a new account after a year being off. So I did, and I've been nice on there to a certain degree. But Instagram, apparently they did not like the fact that I was pointing out, as I did with the old ATF director that Joe Biden was nominating, apparently they had some issues with the new ATF director that I had put a video out on a couple days ago. So, I guess what I'm doing is I'm speculating as to what, they didn't tell me why I got kicked off. And they kicked me off. I mean, I have screenshots of when I search for my account, it says does not exist or something like that. When I try to log in, it says you cannot log in. It's gone. I mean, they 86 me. But only thing I can figure is, okay, I did the video on the ATF director, why he's not a good person. Actually, I used Twitter screenshots from his account for the story that I did, the video that I did. And if you guys will look, it's on YouTube here. And I did about 2 or 3 posts on the Sacramento gang shooting that was going on out there. And I think the reason why they had a real issue with that is, which the fact that they had an issue with it seems kind of racist on their part. But I think they're trying to say that I'm racist because I called it a gang shooting from the very beginning based on the evidence that I had. 2 groups of people shooting it out on the streets at 2 a.m. in the morning. It was pretty obvious to me that these were not 2 groups of serial killers mad because the others were shooting at their own victims. It was obvious what it was. So I've been calling it that since Monday. And People have been calling me racist for doing that, which I think is racist, because if you assume that all gang members are black, that makes you racist, because clearly not all gang members are black. And if I'm talking about gangs, I'm not talking about a race. There is no specific race to a particular gang. Yes, certain gangs are usually the same race, depending on which gang it is. But gangs in general, there's white gangs, there's Irish gangs, there's Hispanic gangs. Obviously, there's black gangs, there's Chinese, Japanese gangs, Asian gangs. So for people to call me a racist because I correctly called out something for being what it is pretty sad. And I think that's what got me kicked off of Instagram. About 18,000 followers on Instagram, gone. So I have 4 now. I created a new account today. Instagram was a little bit different and a whole lot easier to create another account. Apparently they don't trace that back to your IP address like Twitter does, because I just went in there. Instead of Legally Armed America on Instagram, it's now called The Legally Armed America. So if you're interested in following me, if you guys have an Instagram account, just simply go out there and search for The Legally Armed America, and you'll see me with 4 followers. I mean, the Instagram stuff is really just there just to show pictures and stuff like that and be smart aleck and whatever. It's not like that's a big deal, but still, and for what we do, it's a different platform that we kind of feel like we have to get into. So anyway, they booted me off of there. So now I've officially been booted off of 2 liberal social media networks, Instagram and Twitter. I wear that like a badge of honor. I hope I don't get kicked off of YouTube. My account with YouTube is in pretty good standing. I only have a couple of, knocks against me, but it's not terrible. So hopefully I don't get kicked off of here. Facebook, I really don't care about Facebook. I don't use Facebook a whole lot. Still don't want to lose it. I'm just saying it's not like that's detrimental to what I do. But nevertheless, if you guys have Instagram, I'd appreciate it if you would follow me so I can attempt to build that back up. I will say this, that luckily I don't use Instagram for a major base of what I do. In other words, there's people out there that have 100,000 Instagram followers, and that's how they make their money. Like they show sponsors and people that would support them and partner with them how many followers they have, and that's how they get that money. Can you imagine if that account got wiped away? Like, none of my sponsors really care about my Instagram. It's my YouTube account that they're interested in. So fortunately, the IG account, the Instagram account going away doesn't affect me monetarily, but it could affect somebody else's living. Like some of these guys out there that have, 150,000, 500,000 followers on Instagram, they don't have a YouTube page. So Instagram is their following, which obviously they dance around that a little bit more gingerly. But quite frankly, I didn't think my posts were that bad anyway. Again, the posts that I was making was simply pointing out that this is gang violence. It's clear-cut gang violence. And then, again, I was talking about the new ATF director nominee. So it's not like I was making, really kind of controversial posts. I wasn't. It was, no controversial memes, nothing like that. Believe me, I've done a whole lot worse on Instagram than what I've posted this past week that seems to have gotten me kicked off. So that's what tells me it was essentially snowflakes that got me booted off of there. So whatever. Again, I'll build it back up. Slowly but surely, I'll build it back up. To talk about the Sacramento thing. Again, I called it since Monday, and I've got about 3 videos out there on YouTube. You guys have probably seen them. Where at the very beginning, I probably was leery to call it gang violence because the information was still trickling in. There wasn't a lot of information out Sunday, Monday, something like that. But by Tuesday, Wednesday, it was obvious what it was. And I was calling it for what it was. This is gang violence. This is not a mass shooting. This is not a rampage shooting. None of this. Again, and I don't mean this the wrong way. You guys follow a lot of what I do, so I don't mind telling you all this. This is not a way of me being pompous and acting like I'm better than somebody else. But by God, I wrote a book on this stuff. I researched for 2 full years on why the human mind makes the decision to kill other people. And in doing that, I'm never going to call myself an expert in anything, but I'm pretty damn close to being an expert on the psychological side of why the human mind does what it does when it comes to crossing that line to take another life. I feel like I'm pretty qualified to talk to experts. I feel like I could hold my own if I sat across the table from an expert in psychology and we talked about why the human mind arrives at that decision to suddenly decide to take another life. I'm comfortable doing that. So when I started calling it gang violence, it was obvious to me. Again, the whole book that I wrote on rampage killers, people who decide to kill a whole bunch of people, none of these guys who were being picked up in Sacramento shared any resemblance, and I don't mean physically, no emotional, social resemblance, no characteristics. They shared nothing. The only thing they had in common with rampage killers who go out to kill a whole bunch of people is the fact that they took human lives. None of everything that led up to it had anything to do with that. So, I mean, I knew what it was, and many of you did too. A lot of you guys were commenting on the video saying, well, of course it's gang violence. We know what it is. But it's so sad that you can't call that out these days because the racist left automatically assumes, again, very racist of them, that all gang members are black or Hispanic. So you can't say gang member without somebody thinking you're talking about black or Hispanic people. How shitty is that? You know what I mean? What's wrong with people that they think that? That's like saying that everybody who drives a pickup truck is a white guy. Are you kidding me? How stupid is that? What a bigoted way to look at things. So it's just the stereotypes that they have, they project those same stereotypes on their own people who support and follow them, and those people never get mad about it. That's what blows my mind. How come nobody gets upset about that? If I were supporting somebody and they constantly crapped on me and treated me like dirt and garbage, why would I keep supporting them? And they do. They continue to support them. So anyway, guys, I mean, that was the biggest thing is it sounds like now, I mean, as of yesterday, the latest video that I put out on the Sacramento gang killing, before that, you couldn't find the word gang in a news article. The word gang was never used. They wouldn't even speculate that it was a gang shooting until yesterday. And when they came out and finally admitted that it was a gang-related shooting, the police were like, this is clear-cut gang-related. The word gang was used 25 times in the same article going forward. So clearly, people knew what it was. They were waiting to use that word. And finally, whenever they just cut it loose, the dam broke and everybody started using the word. So anyway, that's what, I'm sure that's partly what got me. I don't think the ATF director thing necessarily got me booted off of there. I think probably enough people reported me on Instagram saying that I was racist because of what I was saying. So if enough people in a short amount of time said I was a racist, then Instagram, their little interns or whoever are pushing the buttons and deleting accounts probably went in there and said he's obviously a racist because a bunch of people keep calling him a racist. So now here we are. So anyway, that's where I'm at with that. On a lighter note, I am hoping to be shooting a couple of Palmetto State Armory AR-15s tomorrow and Sunday. And my nose itches. I'm sorry. I apologize for that. Every time I talk, it's like the vibration of my voice vibrates the tip of my nose, like on both sides of my nose. Anyway, tomorrow, if you're in the Southwest Louisiana, the Southeast Texas areas, I'm going to be at the Lake Charles Civic Center from 9 until 12, signing copies of my book. One thing I'm going to do, and I'm going to put a video out on this a little bit later on tonight so that people can see it through the night, is while supplies last, I'm going to give away some 25, where did I even get that number from? I'm going to give away some 30-round magazines for people who buy my book. So if you purchase 2 books, I'll give you a 2 paperback books, or paperback and a hardcover book. I will give you a 30-round Mission First Tactical magazine. If you buy 1 hardback book, I will give you a 30-round Mission First Tactical magazine. So if you're in the Lake Charles area and you want to go to the Lake Charles Civic Center tomorrow, or even if you're in Southeast Texas, come over. I know it's a long way to go, is the way gas prices are. I don't expect anybody to be driving in for that. But if you're in the area, come on to the, if you don't already have a copy of my book, come to the gun show at the Lake Charles Civic Center. Buy one of my books. Again, not just a paperback, because the paperback's not going to do it. I'm just trying to, make it worth our while to give these away so that I at least get the magazines taken care of. But if you buy either 2 paperbacks or 1 hardcover, I will give you a 30-round magazine. I will give it to you. I will hand it to you. We are in the state of Louisiana, so I don't care where you live. Don't tell me if you're from a state that doesn't allow 30-round magazines, because I don't give a shit. We are in the state of Louisiana. They are perfectly legal here. I don't care what you do with your 30-round magazine after I give it to you. You do whatever you want with it. You bring it wherever you want, because they are legal in the state of Louisiana. And as long as you don't tell me what state you're going back to, I don't care. And I'm going to give it to you. So if you get a chance, come on out. But yeah, on the other hand, I'm hoping to be able to do some filming with a couple of really nice Palmetto State Armory AR-15s. I really wish I could hold them right now, because I'm going to get booted if I do. So I can't, but they're sitting over here. I wish I'd have put them up here where you could see them. Really nice. One of them is a retro AR-15. It has the Knights Armament looking round fore-end look, but what's cool is the furniture is a gray, kind of a silverish gray. Really cool. Got a retro look, but a modern-ish look with not being black. And then another one is very modernized with the, the hand guard is the anodized aluminum and all that. Really, really nice. I'm a new fan of their stuff. I'd reached out to them. So what I'm hoping to do is be able to post some codes to where anybody who wants to save a couple of bucks can go out there to the Palmetto State Armory site and save some money on that. Obviously, if you buy anything, it does help me out. I'm not trying to hide that. So I am pushing you guys there for a reason, but I sought them out. Palmetto State did not reach out to me for anything. I asked for some products of theirs because people kept talking about them. In fact, a lot of you guys kept asking my opinion about Palmetto State Armory's AR-15s, AKs, and I was like, I don't know anything about them. So I reached out to them and said, hey, look, some of my viewers are asking me, can you send me some products so I can try it out? And man, I'm a believer. I did a lot of research on them because I had heard some negatives on them. And they will be, the company, Palmetto State, will be the first ones to tell you that they had some hiccups early on. They fixed all that. The hiccups early on were more quality control related. I think they let things get out the door. Well, I mean, as you get bigger and succeed, sometimes you can grow too fast. And sometimes it's that threshold where you've grown and you're not quite here yet. You're kind of stuck in the middle. And this is where you haven't, right in the middle there, where you haven't upgraded your staff or maybe hired enough staff to handle that growth spurt. And then when you finally get up to that higher level, you have the resources, you have the money, you have the people where you can finally dedicate your quality care to that. And I think that's what's helped with them, that they finally have gotten to a point where, from what I understand, you call up there, they have their own customer service that rings in South Carolina, not India, not Pakistan. It actually rings in South Carolina. That's very rare to have somebody that's not outsourcing their customer service to another country, especially India or Pakistan. To have it stateside and American people working at it is very rare. You don't see that anymore. And they actually have that. So kudos to them for trying to do some things to improve. I look for bigger things from them. Heck, I don't know if you guys knew this. I found this out a few weeks ago. They actually have started manufacturing ammunition in South Carolina. That's a big deal. That is a big deal. The only other company that I can think of, other than like the Remingtons and folks like that, where they have totally separate divisions, but more recently, 6 Hour, they didn't really start making their own ammo. 6 Hour actually bought other people who were making ammo and put their name on it, which, I mean, it's essentially the same thing. It's still SIG's ammo. But Palmetto State Armory, they started developing this and built this manufacturing facility in South Carolina, and they're starting to make ammunition. And they're making it at ridiculous prices. I mean, their thing is they're not trying to get rich one bullet at a time. They're trying to, get into it for the long haul. So kudos for them. I like their direction. They're just doing things different. So that's really cool. What else? What else? What else? What else? What giveaways do I? Oh, if you guys have a chance, I think we still have some. We launched our autism awareness thing last Saturday and Sunday for my Butthurt brand hot sauce. I can't hold this on YouTube, so hold on one second. So a year ago, I launched this brand of hot sauce, Butthurt brand hot sauce, and I did it as a joke. Obviously, you can tell with the little cartoon kid with the flame coming out of his ass. I did that for all the people that get butt hurt for a lot of the things that I do, and that's the slogan: "Get butt hurt." So I did that, and I donate a portion of proceeds to autism. This is what's sad. Sometimes whenever you do things and you try to promote that, people hold that against you. I actually have had people give me crap because I donate proceeds to autism because they say that I talk about it, that I should do that quietly and not tell anyone. Well, hell, the whole reason why I do it is to get more people to buy the hot sauce to support it so that I can send more money to autism. That's the whole point of doing fundraisers. You don't want to do a fundraiser in the frickin' woods where nobody knows about it. You do it out in the open where people know about it so you can generate more revenue for your charity. I even have the frickin' autism symbol on the side of the bottle. So it's not like I'm not telling you where the proceeds are going. So anyway, because I've caught grief over that, what I'm going to do from now on is I'm going to start making regular donations myself quietly. They'll be tax deductible, so my tax lady would know about them. But I'll just make donations on my own. I won't talk about them. I won't be sharing them with anybody. I'll just make them. At the end of the month, write a little check to the Autism Foundation and do that. I've also been helping out Second Amendment gun rights organizations, more notably Gun Owners of America. If you guys don't know, I am the state director for the state of Louisiana for Gun Owners of America. So one of the things that I'm kind of changing the way I do that, instead of making monetary donations to Gun Owners of America, because that's hard to do. Believe it or not, it's hard to write a check. Not that I can't do it, but it's difficult to get the money in the right place sometimes. So what I think is going to be more effective, and I've mentioned it to Gun Owners of America, and they're in agreement, is I'm going to start every single month. I'm going to give away one year membership for somebody who buys my hot sauce. I'm going to give away a Gun Owners of America 1 annual membership to a person. It'd be like a lottery every month. I'll select a person. Now, granted, some people who buy the hot sauce may not be gun guys. I mean, it's not just gun people buying them. So if they decide they don't want it, I'll give it to somebody else. But that's my way of building up the people who follow, because I do think Gun Owners of America is the best place. This will build up their membership. So at least 12 people a year I will be putting into Gun Owners of America. So that's going to be kind of cool. I'll continue to make my donations to autism. And every April, I'll still have a big benefit. The people who think that I'm bragging about autism awareness charities can kiss my ass in the month of April, because that is Autism Awareness Month. And I'm going to dedicate proceeds in the month of April every year to autism. And if it makes people upset, they can just stop following me. I don't care. Again, the rest of the year, I'll just make my quiet donations and we'll do our thing. So anyway, guys, I just want to come on here real quick and talk about that. I'm doing a whole lot of work. Studio's kind of changing up a little bit. Got some different stuff going on. I appreciate you guys always hanging out with me, taking the time. I know I'm a little bit late for Friday Night Live this week, but I just wanted to get that going real quick and let you guys know. And again, as a reminder, if any of you out there have an Instagram account, if you don't mind, go out there and follow me at The Legally Armed America. Again, it's The Legally Armed America. I would sure appreciate that. And I'm going to do my best to be on here next Friday night. I know next Friday is Good Friday, but I will be off. So I think we'll be done with my in-laws coming over by then. So my goal is to do something definitely on here at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time next Friday night. So hopefully you guys will be able to catch that. Thanks, guys. I appreciate y'all hanging out. I'm now going to go sit on my couch, drink another cold beer. and look at the chat room because I see you guys have been active, and I'm only on my phone tonight, so I can't read anything that you guys are texting. I apologize if you're addressing anything to me because I honestly can't see that because I'm just on my phone. I don't have my computer on tonight. So you guys have a great weekend. Again, please be safe as always. If you're drinking one, hopefully you're home like me. Excuse me. If not, get a designated driver if you don't mind. Want to see you guys here next week instead. So don't do anything crazy. Don't do anything dangerous. We'll see you folks next week. Thanks again, guys.